Hello folks, and once again, welcome back today to twitch.tv/gameswithnick. We're playing through the final chapter of Trails in the Sky. We're fighting through the grand finals of the martial arts tournament with our hope to get access to the castle and give a message to the queen and unravel whatever Colonel Rashar is planning. So, yeah, my goal is to hopefully be able to finish the game in this session. We'll see. I'm not entirely sure how long it's going to take me to get to the final dungeon in the first place, and at that point actually beat the final dungeon, because it's a lot more expansive than the dungeons we've seen before. But that's the plan. In the meantime, we are prepared, so let's just go ahead. Welcome everyone to Grand Arena. Please note the tournament participants we have, okay? As usual. Yep. Bring it on. Yeah, blue room, fight well. We've heard all this before. Looks like it's just us in here. This waiting room feels awfully big right now. Well, it actually is a pretty big room. Team sports events and circuses alike used to be held here. But there was back in a time when gladiators fighting monsters was a man's only source of entertainment. Interesting. I guess that would explain the size if there were circus animals in here. I must say, it certainly doesn't measure up to an Imperial Opera House, but even so, it's about the size of an outdoor concert venue, and that's certainly acceptable. Excuse us for being less gaudy than the Imperialists. I think we may have gotten here a little too early, though. We've still got a sizable chunk of time before the match starts. Really? Ugh, waiting around for your match to start really does get kind of boring. So why don't we walk around the grounds for a little while then? Works for me. We're gonna go out for a walk, guys. Sure. Just make sure you're here in time for the match. Well, what new turn of events is this? I thought for sure that you'd go with them. I just get the feeling that something's changed between the two of them. Some type of step forward. Hello, Mr. Observant. You've definitely been feeling some pressure from the matches. But today they seem a lot more relaxed. Oh, to be that young again, eh? But are they ready for the feelings that well up perform within them? Even if they are not, the feelings are surely ready for them. Such delightful awkwardness. I look forward to what comes of it. I really just don't get you. Something wrong? Are you feeling alright? I'm okay. I just got the chills all of a sudden. Like someone is talking about us or plotting something. Think I can guess who that is? Alright. Upstairs to the second floor. We're all here to root for you today. Representing the Bristol Guild out there, so we should to make us proud. Hey newbies! Your opponents are tough, and you guys should be able to take them, no sweat. Break a leg up there, we'll be cheering for you like you wouldn't believe. Hey you guys, listen, just relax and do what you've always done. There's no pressure. Something wrong, Kurt? Oh, it's you guys. Guess it's time for the final match. Give it all you got, okay? You bet! You don't look so good there, Kurt. Are you okay? You do seem pale. No, I'm just a little lightheaded, that's all. But it's kinda odd. I don't feel sick, so why am I lightheaded? I think I'm having a flashback. Flashback? From what, yesterday? No. From an accident I've had about 3 months ago. Seems I screwed up on a job and messed myself up pretty bad. What do you mean, seems? You don't mean amnesia, do you? I do. It's kind of embarrassing and perhaps I'm a bit cliched, but I actually don't remember a thing about it. Or didn't, anyway. I don't even can remember what Java was doing that got me hurt in the first place. The doctor said he wasn't in shock or anything, but offered no other explanations as to what it could be. Wow, what a story. But you were still okay to participate in the match, even in that condition? I told you, physically, there isn't a thing wrong with me. In fact, I'm feeling a lot better just taking it over to you. And in time, these flashbacks will start to take shape and I'll remember what happened. So don't worry about me, okay? Okay, I guess, if you say so. Starting to look a little better than you did a minute ago. Just be careful though, okay? Thanks. You guys too. Good luck up there. Estelle Joshua! Professor? Came to watch us? Well, of course! You've always been such a big help to me. I owe you two at least that much. Thanks, Professor. But how do you scrape together the mirror for a ticket? Well, that was a bit of a lucky break on my part, actually. The museum director had some sudden burst to business to attend to, so he couldn't make it today. And here I am instead. Huh. Should have guessed you'd never be able to get out of your own pocket. Well, not that I wouldn't try, of course. I'm sure I could find a way if I put my mind to it. At any rate, I'm here, and here I am. I'll be shouting your names for sure. Knock 'em down, you two. Bet we will. Thank you, Professor. I don't know, is there anybody else to recognize? Hey, Estelle! You did it! The final fight! So exciting! Deep breath, Sturdy. Come on now, do it with me. If you don't relax and keep yourself still and focused, you won't be able to get any good shots. Oh, don't you worry about that. Take my best pictures when I'm all hyped up like this. They're more natural, you see. Oh, I guess they would be? Dorothy, I think you're some kind of savant or something. Alright. Oh, Noel Joshua, is that you? Mayor Klaus! What brings you here? Oh, it's good to see you both again. Scheherazade told me that you'd gone traveling all over the kingdom. You've certainly grown up nicely in the time since we last met. Thank you very much. Well, I can speak for myself, really. But you certainly seem as chipper as ever, Mr. Mayor. Kind of refreshing to see. Oh, well, I won't let you young folk beat me just yet. So, I hear that you two made all the way to the championship in this big martial arts competition. I may be a little old for such things, but I came to watch. You came all the way from Roland for that? No. Actually, I got an invitation out of the blue to a dinner party at Grand Self Castle. Only arrived in Grand Self this morning. Came by way of an airliner. No way. I think I get it. The invitation came from Duke Duden, right? Oh, you know of it? I was originally planning to attend a birth ceremony for this married couple and then journey here, but the city officer approached me out of nowhere and told me that I was invited to this dinner party. One guess as to who that was. Yeah, it had to be Captain Amalthea. Sadly, my wife's just not much of a traveling sort, so I didn't have much choice but to come here by myself. She's not here? Pardon me, Mayor. Is there a chance that we may also be attending? There is a chance that we may also be attending the dinner party. Oh? Then Joshua explained that the Duke has stated that the winner of the competition will receive a formal invitation to the party. Oh, I see. Well, that explains it. It hardly seems appropriate to call for a dinner party when Her Majesty is stricken ill, but if you two will be there, I might not feel quite so awkward. So that just means you'll have to try and that much harder to win. You bet. Try our best to meet your expectations. Think I'm going to find myself a seat then. Best of luck to the both of you. Can't believe it's going to be a dinner party too. You think Mayor Maybell will be there as well? Seems likely. There'll be probably a lot of influential people in attendance. Ah well. We just need to focus on winning our match, then we'll see everyone there. Sounds good. Speaking of which, it's almost time. Let's return to the waiting room. Okay. Oh, looks like Duke and Colonel Rashar are showing up together today. Indeed. Maybe he's here to watch his subordinates compete? Oh, so that's a Royal Army's darling to the public, huh? He's handsome enough and well-groomed. Looks like a capable sort. Yeah, I guess so. Doesn't seem to bear much resemblance to when I saw him in Bose, at least in terms of character. But what indeed can one do? I suppose that he is worthy of being considered a rival to the great Olivia Lindheim. I doubt he's worried about that. Looks like it's starting. Must apologize to everyone for the long wait. We now open the final day of the martial arts competition's full contact matches. This arena has been a buzz of preparation and fighting for the better part of a week now. And it all culminates right here, right now. Which team will seize ultimate victory this day? Without further ado, I present the fight card for this, the championship match. South side, blue team. From the Culver Republic, Captain is Zim. North side, red team. From the Royal Army Intelligence Division, Special Forces, Captain is 2nd Lieutenant Lawrence. Alright, we're up. Finally. I just everyone is ready to put everything into this. For tears of her laughter, this is it. Game faces, guys. Everyone we fought so far has been about as tough as a tapioca. That and half this team is a pair of rookies. I'll be able to stand up to us. Don't be so sure. Both of them are part of the Bracer Guild. Indeed. We've been reading up on them. Good. Now, stay focused, and don't underestimate them. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Okay, what are those guys grassing about over there? Just let them be, Estelle. If they're covering their faces like that, I can't imagine they have much in the way of self-confidence. Since they like my dazzling good looks, there's probably a lot of sniping and backbiting in their ranks. But what the hell's that supposed to mean? I don't know, I'm considered very attractive to women. 2nd Lieutenant Lawrence, right? What is it, boy? Joshua? That's sword technique. No, never mind. Best of luck. And to you. Hey, don't let their talk get you all depressed. We're about to start. We're now beginning the final match of the martial arts competition. Both teams go to your starting places. I just be with you. Ready? Begin! They have lots of HP, huh? Oof. It's alright, it's alright. That was maybe a bad call. Let's focus on him. Yes! Just destroyed. KO! Winner is Zin's team. It can't be. We're the best of the best of specials that Ops have to offer. How could we lose? Bah. We're beaten. Yahoo! We won. We really won. And I'm exhausted. Now, the winning team will be blessed with a few words from Duke Duty. Representing the team will be Zin Vatek. Please, come forward. Yes, sir. Whoa! You look even bigger up close! Our listeners as huge as you? No, I'm a little outside of the ordinary. I just ate well, slept well, and trained diligently ever since I was very young. I'm the way I am because I tend to think about everything very carefully and deeply. I see! I like you, Zin. Allow me to present you with a prize of 100,000 Mira, an invitation to the dinner party. Thank you very much, sir. Ideas shatter light and glory upon you and your friends. My beloved citizens, let's hear a big round of applause for the victors! Huh. An interesting conclusion, I'd say. Lieutenant Lawrence, you truly have no shame. His Excellency must surely be ashamed to see his men beaten by such rabble. With all the posturing just for show? I am indeed ashamed. Come now, Amalthea. You needn't criticize him so. Truth be told, I myself asked Lawrence to hold back. What? It would behoove any member of the Intelligence Division not to put all of his strength on display. And in this instant, it worked to our benefit that the others win the championship. I see. His Grace too seems taken with Easterner. Will serve as an ample distraction. Still, it is a pity. If Lieutenant Schwartz or General Morgan had participated, the show would have been far more dynamic. Truly, you jest, sir. If you truly wanted the tournament to be more dynamic, perhaps you should have participated yourself. The likes of Julia are no much for your strength, after all. I don't think quite that highly of my skill with a sword. That I would be able to defeat the second lieutenant here if he fought as hard as he could, either. Hardly, sir. I believe you somewhat overestimate my strength. I'm nothing but an unrefined former Jaeger in a soldier's uniform. I beg to differ. I have confidence in my ability to judge the strength of others. And about the only person I could see being able to fight you on equal terms would be him. Speaking of whom, his children will shortly be entering Gransell Castle. Should we be taking some sort of steps to deal with them? Leave them be. We'll honor the arrangement with the Duke. And besides, it's far too late for the Priestry Guild to cause us any real trouble. But, sir... Lawrence, how far along would you gauge the plan's progress? Just over 90%, sir. I am certain we'll be able to guide you to our destination within the next few days. Excellent. A new dawn fast approaches for this kingdom. And even if I must endure the stigma of treason, I shall pave the way for the glorious Mara. I'm really happy of how we just demolished Lawrence, so it felt good. Phew! Now that was one hell of a fight. I had no clue that Tim Lawrence was so freaking strong. Yes, I think we got lucky. Even now, it's hard to believe. I don't like it. Huh? It's nothing. More importantly, that fancy shindig is supposed to be happening tonight. From what I understand, it's going to run late into the night, so they're setting up rooms for us. Oh, most generous of them. Rubbing shoulders with all this stuffed shirts is sure to chafe in the worst way in uncomfortable places. But dining? Liver royal dining? The very prospect of such decadence. Oh, look at me. My mouth can barely contain itself. Where is my handkerchief? It's getting on your... gross. Good to see that you haven't lost your sense of perspective, Olivier. Indeed, let us be off them. I'll have to gorge our souls upon the 7 courses of courtly affection. Oh, that's the plan, is it? What? Well, fancy meeting you here. You son of a bitch. You wander all over the place every damn day and leave you wondering what the hell you're up to. Have you gone completely mad? What possesses you to participate in a martial arts competition? Oh, come now, my dear Miller. There's no need to crease your lovely face with such an ill-tempered expression. After all, is it not true that good fortune comes to those who favor those around them with a smile? I am smiling. It just me, or do you recognize the uniform? Yeah, it looks like Imperial military to me. Well, looks like you could be a tough one to take on a fight, too. I don't believe we've met. My name is Miller. I was just recently appointed as the resident military officer at the Erebonian Embassy. I've known this whack job for a very long time. I might even call us schoolyard chumps! Huh, Fred not over his dark demeanor. Without it, his presence wouldn't light up the room the way it does. Okay, you really need to shut up now. Right. Now, where was I? From the looks of things, this fellow has caused you some trouble. As a representative of the Erebonian Embassy, I sincerely apologize. Oh, it's okay. He hasn't really been a bother. Actually, he was a very big help to us in the tournament. Olivier? You should deliberately try to keep your participation in the tournament a secret from the Embassy. Oh, perish the thought! No, rather, I simply never told them. How is that any different from hiding it? But okay, fine. What's done is done. Now, though, we're going back to the Embassy. Yes, you're coming with me. Eh? Please, wait a moment! We have all been invited to the delightful, indeed wondrous dinner party! Delightful and wondrous, huh? Sounds nice. Too bad you won't be attending. You're going to be confined to the Embassy for a little while. Are you serious? When do I ever joke? Oh, cruel fate! Surely you drive a knife into my very heart! The promise of this dinner party has been all that's helped me maintain my will to live. You know, I actually kind of feel bad for him. Is it really that big a deal if you let him go off to the party? What's your reasoning behind this? I knew I could count on you. But how lovely a thing is true friendship. Such warmth and affection as opposed to the cruel frigidity of my schoolyard chum. I don't think you folks really understand just how serious this is. But try to picture this. A dinner party, populated by royalty and influential guests from across the country. And also in attendance, an arrogant fool who never shuts his mouth because his foot is lodged so far into it. And found out that this uncouth imbecile was an Erebonian citizen. My beautiful and gracious comrades, why have you gone fallen so silent? I'm sorry, Olivier, but he does kind of have a point. Yeah, your usual behavior might not be appreciated in a royal castle. Oh, true. We wouldn't want to start an international incident, would we? Well, you would turn on me so easily! The war only ended 10 years ago. Relations between our countries can still be strained at times. You'll just have to grin and bear it, Olivier. Please, Mueller, hear me out. I'm sorry that I didn't say anything before, you know, when you... This isn't a debate. My dinner party! Our old cuisine! Is this really okay? Can't say I really like it, but the facts are the facts. Well, there's nothing much we can do about it now. We'll just have to enjoy ourselves twice as much in order to make up for him not being able to join us. Oh well, I guess you're right. Let's just go get our stuff together and go to Gransalt Castle then. Yeah, fuck it, let's just go to the castle. Not like I have anything else to do. Oh, are we going to the castle already? Just to remind you, since we're going to be staying there after the party, we won't be able to leave until morning. Yep. Well, let's show the gatekeeper our invitations then. I don't know why I'm so nervous. Probably because we don't get invitations to big events like this very often. Hey, this is the castle of Her Majesty the Queen. Once you have official business here, you need to leave. Hey! Hi there. Where's Sarah by the other day? Oh, it's you two. You're still staying in town? Yeah, I still have some business to take care of. We have a formal invitation, so by your leave, may we pass? A formal invitation? Received directly from His Grace. What? It's a giant! See? Right here. Written invitation. See. Zin and his team, and appreciate you for your performance in the competition. You are cordially invited to a dinner party. Oh, okay, you guys were in the martial arts competition. Right, I heard the winning team was led by a huge Eastern guy. So is that you? You got it. We'd greatly appreciate your help. Makes sense. The head maid told us you'd be coming. You're missing someone. What happened to him? It's kind of impolite, I know, but it doesn't look like he's going to be able to make it. We're the only ones coming. Well, that's a pity. No matter. Please go ahead. Now entering Zin and Company, victors of the martial arts competition. Open the gate! Wow. It's like the Hacking Gate, but there's something more impressive about it being part of a castle. I bet it's more solid too, since it's a roller castle. That's part of why it's impregnable. Ever since the nation was established, no enemy has ever broken through the Annenberg Wall. The capital's been ravaged by a war numerous times as a result of mutinies and insurrections amongst the nobles. But even then, the castle held the rebel army at bay and protected the royal family and the refugees. Or so the stories say. Wow, that's pretty neat. Very much the sort of tale one would expect from a nation with such history. Now, welcome to Her Majesty's Grancel Castle. Go right on in. You'll be met by a welcoming party inside. Enjoy your evening. Whoa! You can say that again. I've never seen anything that compares to this place. It's not just pretty, it's got history. You can really feel the traditions and rules of the old kingdom here. Welcome to Grancel Castle. Yours in esteem, correct? Yeah, Captain Amalthea. This isn't really unexpected, but even so. That's right, we come with the invitation of the good Duke. I know you are. Haha. Pardon me. I'm Captain Canon Amalthea of the Intelligence Division, head of Grancel Castle's defense. I would like to extend my heartfelt congratulations for your championship victory. Watching the match was truly a spectacular experience. You're too kind, really. Let me say, I didn't know that it made women as young and pretty as you into captains. You must do fine work. My, but you are the flatterer? But I'm not so young as your bracer friends. Estelle and Joshua, right? Been some time since the incident in Zeiss, has it? Yeah, I guess it has. Quite some time. Unfortunately, my concerning Professor Russell is yet to be resolved. It appears that he and his granddaughter were abducted by a group of nefarious individuals. You wouldn't happen to know anything about that, would you? I'm afraid not. We left the case up to full-fledged bracers and came to Grancel. We never even heard a follow-up report. I see. That's truly a shame. Well, with the research and intelligence division, it's only a matter of time before the culprits are arrested. I have no fear of that score. What the hell's with her? Understood. Trust you to take care of the professor. Oh, absolutely. Now we must show you to your rooms. Chia, if you would please do the honor. Yes, Mom. See to their needs, but do not bore them with any idle chatter. Do I make myself clear? Yes, ma'am, I understand. Very good. Now, everyone, I hope you enjoy your evening. For my part, I must bid you farewell. That is one fine woman. I hate to say this, Zid, but your taste in women is crap. There's nothing fine about that fox-faced harpy. I think that might just be his favorite type of woman. I just tend to find that women like that turn out to be pretty good people once you peel back a few layers. So to speak. You're hopeless. Not that it matters, but you really do sound like a dirty old man sometimes. Oh, my honor! Oh, sorry about that. We were supposed to trust our room, right? Yes, please allow me. What am I not saying before, but I'm she, a maid here at the castle. I'll be at your service this evening, from the dinner party until the morning. If anything is not to your satisfaction, please don't hesitate to let me know. Thank you very much. Will you please show us the room then? Certainly, it's on the second floor. Oh, wow! Get out of that chandelier! Talk about classy! Gosh, Estelle. What's that way? That's a throne room. Her Majesty used it to receive personal guests. Hasn't seen much use in recent days, though. I see. But is the Queen's condition really that bad? Isn't the birthday celebration coming up soon? Oh no. It's just that the head maid who tends to her in the keep. It's just that it's the head maid who tends to her in the royal keep of late. Shouldn't speak on subjects about which I'm unfamiliar. Come then, shall we? This is the room where you'll be staying. Please go in. Okay. Pardon us. Holy Stray does! Never imagined we'd ever stay in a place like this. Nice! This will make a good story for later. I believe there is still some time before the party. You are free to explore the castle, but the security areas are off limits. Ask that you refrain from entering those areas. Can you be a little more specific? Most significantly, the royal keep where the queen resides. It's a small palace of sorts, built in a garden terrace on the roof. Garden terrace? That sounds nice. Huh. The terrace is where Her Majesty greets the people of Grangsall from during the birthday festivities. So you cannot go into the royal keep itself, but you may visit the garden terrace if you like. As for the other restricted areas, there's the royal guard room and also the treasury, I believe. The royal guard room. I guess they're still wanting for questioning about all that terrorist stuff. Yes, the intelligence division is currently occupying it. Entrance is restricted, so please abide by the rules. Understood. By the way, where are the others who weren't invited doing? They've already arrived. Imagine they're relaxing in their respective rooms. Alright. The mayor class is here too. Oh yes, here some time ago. Now if you'll excuse me, I'll be off. Need anything else, please contact the first floor waiting room. Now then. Joshua exchanged a look that went unnoticed by Zin. Hey Zin, I wanted to go and walk around the castle for a little bit. We're back in town for the party. Oh, it must be nice to be so young. I'm worn out after the tournament. No problem, have fun. Me, I'm going to kick back and relax on this oh-so-luxurious room. We need to get as much done as we can before the party starts. First, Jill told us that we have to talk to the headmaid, Hilda. Let's say hello to the other invitees, too. We'd like to know most of them. Oh, this is a lab? Oh, no. Just the library. Oh, Joshua Stell, you made it. It was for quite a while. Dean Collins? We're invited for to the banquet as well, sir? I just arrived today via airship from Iran. Little mayoral birdie told me you two won the tournament. Sure, everyone else will be so happy to hear it. Thank you. I had no idea I'd be seeing you here, Dean Collins. Dean Collins is a member of the Royal Assembly and a man of great respect and liberal. It's only fitting he's been given a seat at the banquet. A man of great respect, he says. You flatter me, Mayor. That's the Royal Assembly. It's a meeting held once per year to address matters affecting the kingdom. The Queen, mayors of every city, and other representatives all come together to try and solve various problems of state. Wow, sounds big. So all these guys have been invited here tonight? No, it's only about half. Her Majesty is still ill and General Morgan is away on official military business. And Mayor Delmore of Ron was arrested in a nasty affair. And Professor Russell is a bit too entrenched in too many unknowns right now. We don't know how true all this talk is of the Royal Guardsmen being involved in some underground terrorist organization. Barely time to be holding a feast at all, if you ask me. Well, we can use this chance to see where Duke Doonan stands on all these issues. We need his permission to have an audience with Her Majesty regardless. Yes, that's the biggest issue here, without a doubt. Barring this from seeing Her Majesty is the height of agency and mismanagement. I would like to pay my respects to Princess Claudia as well, but it's the same story. Princess Claudia is the Queen Granddaughter, right? Does she live here in the castle? No, it's my understanding that her actual residence is elsewhere. But I'm told she's come to the capital as of a few days ago. She's here then. I would love to meet her. I'm sure you'll have a chance, wink wink. No one here. Hey, Maybell? And Leela? Joshua, Estelle. Ah, here at last. I kept wondering when you'd get here. I was practically counting the seconds. So you were invited here too, Mayor? Hey, wait. You were waiting for us? I didn't know we were coming. I heard from Mayor Klaus. I heard about a pair of children who entered the tournament, won its championship, and were invited to a grand royal banquet in the castle. If I'd known, I would have canceled my appointments and come to cheer you on. Beg your pardon, ma'am. But that would have been quite impossible given the circumstances. Yes, I'm aware. I'm trying to be polite. Don't worry, I know how busy you must be. I'm sure the Queen has no time to waste at a banquet, what with everything else going on. What is Duke Doonan thinking? The captain was so stubborn about inviting me to... I had no real choice but to accept. You mean Captain Amalthea? Yes, that's her. Her words were polite enough, but she gave me an evil eye when she spoke them. I dare not refuse her request. I haven't heard from General Morion in quite some time. Wait, does that mean you haven't heard any word from the Hacken Gate? The General is unavailable is the longest message I've been able to wring from them. It would seem he's busy with these anti-terrorist countermeasures or what have you. I'd hoped he'd be in attendance at his banquet tonight, but I guess he couldn't pull himself away. What do you think about all of this, Mayor? Putting mayors from every city in the same place at a time like this. Well, if the Queen were to be in attendance, I would expect some announcement of some no small importance. But as it is, it feels like the Duke has too much time on his greasy, shabby hands. He's letting his position of royal proxy go to his head. That sounds about right. But there would still be some kind of official announcement, don't you think? Well, whatever may come tonight, the Grand Chef here is the best in all the kingdom. I'd like to enjoy the dinner, pay my respects to Her Majesty, and return to Bozia post-haste. Oof. Well, Joshua! Mr. Murdoch, I thought you might be here. With Mayor last individual on the guest list, we had a feeling you might also be in attendance. I will say I never expected you two to win a tournament championship and end up hobnobbing in Grandson Castle. Cassius is kicked to the bone, you are. Hey, took more than our upbringing to get here. Lots of people helped along the way. It's been a few days. Have there been any developments? Well, right after you left for the capital, Captain Amalthea from the Intelligence Division came knocking. She forced me to come to this banquet, but I kept my mouth shut about Blaston Fortress. Professor Russell and company are still on the run too. Army hasn't found them yet. But the longer we keep this up, the less chance they have. It's really only a matter of time. As Captain Amalthea, if I could see Her Majesty and wish her well, but no luck. It was flat out refused. So in other words, we definitely aren't going to be able to do this the easy way. We sure aren't, but don't you worry, because we've totally got that covered. We will get the Professor's message to Her Majesty, one way or another. It's nice to see a little carousel of all the characters that we've come to know over this journey. Ooh. Oh. You really don't have any food? Okay. Oh wow, check that out. This would be the Castle Garden Terrace. I'd say so. You can see the whole lake from here and it overlooks the town too. Must be great for reconnaissance. As nice as this is, we really don't have time to stop and enjoy it. Got a job to do. Oh, this must be the Royal Keep. Who are you? Hey, you two. We're here as guests of the Duke. Is this where Her Majesty lives? Of course it is. For the last few days, she hasn't been feeling so well. She's not seeing anyone right now. Oh, you got it all wrong. We weren't even thinking of that. I just thought it would be amazing to see if she even were to take notice of us. Does Princess Claudia sleep here as well? No, it's just... Hey. Princess focus on looking after Her Majesty. Neither of them has time to deal with the likes of you. Want to inquire as to what's going on here? Madam, we don't know where you were back already. The dinner party will be starting soon, so I'll be returning to maid quarters. And who are our guests? You're from Team to won the martial arts competition. Solely because of that victory, and someone of Bracer social standing would even be invited here. Bracer social standing? Such discourtesy! They would insult those who were personally invited to the royal castle? No, that's not what... Those invited by the Duke should be treated with all the respect due to those invited by Her Majesty. I sincerely hope you have not forgotten that. Understood. Wow, she's intense. Wonder who she is. But, ma'am, we can just allow them to pass. I'm sure you understand the reasons that Colonel laid out. Yes, and I'm quite tired of hearing them repeated to me. I am terribly sorry, sir and madam. Secret has been hidden and as such the royal keep and its surrounding area off limits. Let me ask, would you mind waiting in the room until the dinner party begins? Alright. That's fine, we'll do as you ask. I apologize, we weren't trying to cause any trouble. Fine then, just don't let it happen again. Safe return to you. I apologize that you were subjected to such dreadful behavior. My name is Hilda. I am the head maid of the Grand Cell Castle, and I oversee all of the housekeeping duties. Aha! We had a feeling. Forgive my rudeness, but are we previously acquainted? Well, someone told us about you. I noticed handwriting. You see? Both have our bracer emblems on identification with us. I see. Please come with me to the maid sitting room. We can discuss the matter further once we're there. I understand. You need to deliver Professor Russell's message to Her Majesty. Correct? Right. Now, it's not a good time, we can try later, but... No, it's not an issue. But the Special Ops men have the royal keep under constant surveillance for some time now. Only the Duke, the Colonel, and hard attendants such as myself are allowed in. Which means that a private audience is probably a no-go. What do you think, Estelle? You'd ask Hilda to relay the Professor's message to Her Majesty. No, I'd rather really speak to her face-to-face. There are just too many particulars we don't know and we really need to discuss directly. Like what Duke Dunan and Colonel Richard are after. Estelle and Joshua, I have a bit of an idea. Could I get you to return here once the dinner party is over? Why? Have you thought of a way for us to see Her Majesty? I believe I have. It may be difficult, but I think it's worth a try. We're gonna need some time to get ready, so can you come back after the dinner party? Awesome! Understood, we'll be back then. I'll be waiting. Food prep is done, so I think we'll begin serving shortly. For now, it's probably best if you wait in your room. Alright. Hey guys, talk about being late. Party's about to start, you know. Sorry, we got so caught up in sightseeing that we lost track of time. We're supposed to talk to all the mayors. Oh, well, aren't we well connected? We're close friends with the mayor of Roland. Plus, we met the other mayors in the course of our travels. Oh, I see. Guess your work as bracers has caused you to meet quite a few big shots. You two sure get around for junior bracers. You might say that. Have you done any bracer assignments since we came to Grancel? Guess it's not all different in our countries, right? Right. For a full-fledged bracer, nationality isn't an issue when it comes to your work. The prelim fights and legal procedures at the embassy kept me too busy to get any actual work done, though. But hey, there are 4 other bracers on duty too, which isn't so bad. Normally, that would be enough to handle most cases, I'd imagine. But with all of them concentrated in Grand Cell, that must make it tough to handle any cases in other regions. Oh, yeah, it could be. I feel like a goose just walked over my grave. Wonder what's going on with Sheravek and Roland. No, the name rings a bell. You wouldn't happen to be talking about Sherazard, would you? You know her? She's our mentor and she's been a close friend for ages. Oh, okay. Makes sense. Met her a long time ago when Akia's brought her to Culvard. He was fortunate to have a good master working with her for such a young age. Her master? Yeah, probably that. Please pardon me. The table for the dinner party has been set. May I show you the way? Sure, I was getting bored with waiting anyhow. Alright, wanna go and eat fancy? Sure, but fight left me starving. Let's go again! Come on, you two. It would be nice if you two didn't completely forget your table manners for once. This is a dinner party, right? What's with all the empty plates then? Plenty of knives and forks, though. That's because it's a formal dinner. Everything comes out in a specific order set with the hors d'oeuvres. Then use the knives and forks from the outside in. And that's all part of having good table manners? And here comes the anxiety attack. It's really not so bad. Does mean that you did get to have some of the finest foods available. Manners and etiquette are secondary. Indeed, indeed. I'm told you're acquainted with everyone who'll be attending. No need to get stressed out. Yeah, I guess that's true. Please don't encourage her. On that note, the gentleman accompanying you is going to be okay with a knife and fork? I'm told that folks from East usually eat with chopsticks. You've done your research. However, I'm a firm believer in the when in liberal do as the liberalians do policy. I'm not especially skilled with them, but I will use a knife and fork. My, how elegantly handled. I'm impressed. You're as much as a gentleman as you're a martial arts champion. Sounds like Mayor Maybell wants some of that D, huh? Oh, you flatter me. Boy, he really is a complete sucker for a pretty face. I think he's more being polite than latched, though. Anyway, his grace is really late. I wonder what he's up to. Indeed. If the seat at the head table is for the Duke, then who might the other one be for? Indeed. Perhaps it is intended for Princess Claudia? Your attention, ladies and gentlemen. My humblest apologies for the long delay. Presenting His Grace the Duke. Well then, I must apologize for making you wait so. I'm afraid that I was in a meeting from which I simply could not break away. This gentleman is called Richard, commanding officer of the Royal Intelligence Division. I've invited him here to thank him for his tireless efforts in helping to deal with a terrorist situation. It's a pleasure to meet you all. I was quite gratified to be invited to this occasion by our Honorable Duke. I ask that you pardon my uncouth soldier's uniform and allow me to sit with you. You've gotta be kidding. We're having dinner with him? I suspected this might happen, but it's still unnerving. Excellent, excellent! What say you, Mayor Maybell? What do you think of Gransol Castle's Master Chef? Is this cooking not on par with that found in Bose's Entero's restaurant? Yes, it's quite remarkable. Well, the one selection also perfectly complements the meal. I always want to try hiring him away. You are not the first to say such things! And one of you, Zen, wasn't it? Is the food to your liking? Oh, it's excellent. I don't have the words to describe the sense of refinement and depth. I certainly believe I could develop a real taste for Liberalian cuisine, no? Good, good, I'm glad to hear it. And you, young bracers, I imagine you've never experienced such fine food in your life before. It's extremely delicious. Far more worthy of being associated with a royal family than the person who invited us. Indeed, it is a genuine treat! Oh? It's certainly delicious food. But we couldn't miss a chance to attend such prestigious an event as this. Thank you very much for your gracious invitation. Very kind of you to say so! I do fondly remember where my butler has been telling me about. We met before during the Rouen incident. Perhaps our fates are linked in some bizarre fashion. Yes, sir, maybe so. Though he'd forgotten all about us until his butler reminded him. Come, let's put social classes and ranks aside for an evening. Food is abundant and the wine flows freely, so enjoy your heart's content. Your Grace, if you could like to do as we discussed first. Oh yes, that's a fine idea. Actually, I have something important to say to you fine folk who represent the kingdom. I use this celebration as the place to make an important announcement. Announcement? And where might that be? I believe we'll allow Khaloon Richard to explain in detail. Thank you. As you are no doubt already aware, Her Majesty has been in poor health of late. However, she has been recovering and made graces with a public appearance soon. Oh, that's excellent news. Can we possibly go and check in on her? Unfortunately, she does not consider that to be a wise decision at the moment. But in a few days, it seems likely the territories plaguing the kingdom will be swept away. In light of that, the Queen's birthday celebration will be held as originally planned. Well, the citizens will surely be happy to hear that news, as they have been looking forward to it. But surely this is not all you wish to tell us. Right, if that were all, you could have just sent along a message. Haha, indeed, you're correct. Her Majesty is continuing to recover, as previously stated. However, given the gravity of her condition, she has also issued a proclamation. Due to her tenuous health, she has stated that she wishes to abdicate the throne and turn over royal authority to her nephew, Duke Dunan. What? Is this true? Joshua, this is... Yeah, conspiracy finally makes its appearance. I was surprised when Her Majesty first broached the subject as well, but her illness has left her quite frail. But it is only natural. She was ruled the kingdom for 40 years, living it through times of strife and war. Oh, without a husband, I might add. Given that, I wish to relieve her of the stress of her duties following the festival's successful conclusion. As the heir to the throne, the decisions are mine to make. Oh, terrible. Is Her Majesty's condition truly that severe? I'm ashamed that I've never noticed any signs in any of my annual visits. Isn't this far too serious a matter to discuss at what is supposedly a casual dinner? Pardon my rudeness, but this all seems to stretch credulity. Mayor Maybell, are you saying that you cannot take his grace at his word? No, nothing of the sort. I simply mean that as an elected official, I don't understand what a successor to the throne can be elected in the same fashion. As for possible elector here, this directly from Her Majesty. Well, your unease is quite understandable, but we do ask that you try and maintain your composure and allow us to continue. As mentioned earlier, I believe Her Majesty will give a formal announcement herself during the festival. Would you be persuaded to shelve your doubts until then? Well, the issue is basically this. Once this becomes common knowledge, we cannot know how the citizens will react. This is why we're telling the leaders first. Don't stave off any chaos or public disorder before it happens. This was also the decision of His Grace. Well, yes, this is true. Also, the Queen's abdication of the throne will have international repercussions. The other nations on the continent will have their eyes on us, so we must be watchful for any actions on the part of the Erebonians. Surely you can see what is necessary to show unified support for the new king. This is the world in which we are going to be living. Makes it all sound so irrational. Yeah, he's quite the master manipulator. In other words, the official decree will be given during the birthday celebrations. But you thought it would be best to inform us first so that we can be prepared for any issues that may arise, correct? I'm glad to see that we have an understanding. This all comes to pass, we're going to find ourselves quite busy. Yes, then we'll have to announce it to the citizens. I have a question. I believe that the Duke has a fair claim to the throne. However, is there not another who also has the same right of succession? Well? No doubt you're referring to Her Majesty's granddaughter, Princess Claudia. It's true that she and His Grace have an equal claim to the throne, but it would appear that Her Majesty did not choose her due to her tender age. And I must say, I agree with her wisdom in the matter. I should hardly like to impose such responsibility upon a girl so young. Yes, absolutely! For the time being, I believe it would be best for Claudia to find a fine marriage prospect. Though it is strictly informal, there is already interest from the royal families of a number of other nations. Perhaps a royal wedding could take place as soon as this year. Oh my. I understand. That happens that we'll have 2 major events to celebrate. I honestly think she's a bit young for marriage. Excuse me. May I ask a question? Is it? I don't mind. Speak freely. Sorry to seem rude, but this doesn't sound like the kind of conversation you'd want outsiders hearing. Particularly a foreigner. So how come you're making this announcement now? That is solely because of the serendipitous turn of events that allowed Bracers to win the championship. We'd want to inform the guild of this in advance as well. I've already discussed the idea with Her Majesty. Oh, gotcha. Because Liber's military and Bracers are on just as good terms as the stories say. That is because we lack the military strength of the Empire or the Republic. The harsh reality is that keeping close relations with each other is a must. In any event, do you now understand our intentions? Yeah, alright. We'll pass on what we learned here to the guild then. Man, I've heard some pretty unbelievable conversations in my time, but that was something else. I mean, I'm a foreigner after all, so it's not that big of a deal for me. But it was huge news for you guys, though. Of course it was! Can't believe things have gone this far already. Huh? Never mind. But really, what a shame. The food was so amazing and it practically melted in the mouth. Couldn't tell what the last flavor was, though. Understandable enough. But anyway, did you want to go for a walk to work out some of that rich food, Estelle? Huh? Oh, yeah, sure. Yeah, I could go for a little bit of fresh air. You just played tourist a little while ago, and now you want to take an after-dinner walk? I sure don't get it. Must be a local thing. Yeah, I think you're exaggerating a little bit. You've gone out to take in the sights? There's a lot of historic architecture around here, you know. If the mood hits me, I may still give it a shot. On the other hand, the kitchen may still have some food left over. You gotta be kidding, you're still hungry? Could have blended my throat, my dying wish would be for some liquor and a snack. I might go and hunt up a bar or something in a little bit. Things have gotten serious. We really have to find a way to get in to see Her Majesty. First things first, we got to talk to the headmaid, Hilda, like we promised. Probably knows a way for us to speak directly to the Queen. Fine by me. It's you. What? Colonel Rashar. Stella and Joshua. This is our first opportunity to truly speak face to face, I believe. The last time we saw one another was right after Mayor Dalmor was arrested, wasn't it? I'm honestly surprised that you remember us. I realized we exchanged a few words, but you made quite an impression on me. My curiosity was piqued, so I decided to do a bit of checking up on you. I was quite surprised to learn that you were the children of Colonel Cassius. How'd you find that out? Please understand, I'm not trying to show off the Intelligence Division's capabilities. I'm greatly indebted to him from our time together in the army. Indeed, more than words can properly express. Why'd I persuade you to stay a while and talk? I've been hoping to speak with you two for quite some time now. Huh? Pardon me, Colonel, but don't you have a meeting with His Grace? I don't mind being a bit late. Ah, yes, if we're going to talk, why don't we use the lounge inside? I'll mix you up a couple of virgin cocktails. I'll prepare them, sir! No, that won't be necessary. I want you to go to His Grace and inform him that I'll be delayed. Yes, sir. Pardon me, then. Now then, shall we retire to the lounge? Please follow me. Joshua, what should we do? I don't see where we have much choice but to follow him. We'll be a little late, but we can talk to the headmaid later. I met Cassius shortly after graduating from the military academy. I was assigned to a mobile unit that was under his command. Since that time, I found myself in his debt again and again, both personally and professionally. He did. And, what'd you think of him at the time? Put it simply, he was a hero. And a master swordsman to boot. No matter the scenario, he could find a way to handle any number of battlefronts in every direction. It wasn't just a matter of sheer tactics. He understood and could direct high-level strategy as well. Quite simply, was a man without peer. If I didn't know better, I'd say we were talking about two different people. You were with our father during the 100 Days War? Yes, he was my CO. Even now, I can still vividly remember the excitement that filled me as we executed his plan to turn the war's tide. Anytime I get to talking about those days, time just runs away with me. But as much I can tell you. Cassius Brad had not been part of the Royal Army, Liberal would not be part of the Airborne Empire. No way! That's kind of hard to believe. Well, as a hero, he had a knack for doing unbelievable things. He left the army immediately after the war, declining even a medal from the Queen. Still few know of his achievements. But inside the army, many soldiers still hold him up as a prime example of what a hero should be. You never said one word about any of this to me. Well, it's not really the kind of thing you tell your daughter about. It's unfair to criticize him for that. Hey, whose side are you on? And besides, why doesn't any of this shock you like it shocks me? Sure you know all about this or something? Well, I didn't know he was Colonel Rashard's superior officer. The rest I knew about vaguely. Vaguely? You're an accomplice? Hey, calm down. It's not like he told me any of it, I just figured a lot of it out. He told me he didn't feel it was something worth going out of his way to tell others about. Oh, I just don't get it. When he comes back, he is so in trouble. Please excuse us, we didn't mean to interrupt. No. Seeing you like this is actually a bit of a relief. When I found out that your father was intending to leave the military, I desperately tried to stop him. But it seems that by leaving, he did what was best for himself, after all. After losing his dear wife, maybe being with you was all that he could help him recover. Colonel Rashard. Now then, I thank you for taking the time to come here. I really can't keep the Duke waiting, so I'm afraid you'll have to excuse me. Alright. Our apologies for making you so late. Not at all. You both have told me the one thing I wanted most to know. Thus, I have no regrets. Huh? How's that again? I'm sure we'll have a chance to speak again soon. Cassius might even be with us then, to share in the stories. Okay, who was that man and what has he done to Colonel Rochard? What are you bubbling about now? It's just that it's weird to hear him talking about Dad that way. Wasn't expecting him to be so, well, nice. True. Doesn't seem all that villainous anyway. Even so, it's pretty much a foregone conclusion that he's got something up his sleeve. For now, we should probably put the issue of Dad aside. Yeah, I guess you're right. I hate to say it, but I think he might have been playing nice just because he could get something out of it. He's an intelligence officer, so he probably thinks that fooling a couple of kids is as easy as it can be. Don't you think that's going a little too far? You might be right. Maybe the one who's mistrustful of others. You should just follow your instincts and believe whatever you think is right. Huh? Or just make sure you're prepared for anything. Don't let your guard down. That's the bracer's job. Pretty much that, in fact. Okay, I got it. Keep it in mind. Thank you, Estelle. Thank you? What the heck are you thanking me for? Anyway, we need to go back and see Hilda. Probably sick of waiting for us. Yeah, she should be in the main quarters. Wrong way. Oh, there you are. I've been waiting for you. You're awfully late, aren't you? Sorry about that. We kinda got caught by Colonel Rochard. Did you now? Had some things to tell us about our dad. I don't think he has any idea what we're up to, though. I see. Ah, yes, the letter of introduction did mention you were Mr. Cassius's children. I can understand at least some of how Colonel Rochard feels. Oh, do you know our dad, too? He used to come here when he worked as General Morgan's aide-de-camp. I'm told that he was a school friend of the late Princess, Her Majesty's son. Late Prince? Princess Claudia's father. Yes, he was killed 15 years ago in a tragic shipwreck. But that he were still alive today, none of this would be happening. Huh? But lamenting what might have been is a fool's errand. Evening is fast approaching. We must make our preparations at once. Come on, Shield. Hey, aren't you? She, right? Yes, thank you for remembering. You look well, Estelle. Joshua? I've been told of your current predicament. You won't find a more dependable child. She's a great help to us whenever the princess is in the castle. Princess Claudia. That shouldn't pose a problem. Thank you. If you're ready, you should go change into your uniforms. The ribbons and the headpiece are tricky, so I'll adjust them for you. What? What do you mean? Estelle is going to need to dress as one of the maids in order to get into the royal keep. A little playing with the hair and you'll blend right in. Oh, I get it. Uniforms don't offer much in the way of personalization. That should be ideal for sneaking in. Huh. Me in a maid's outfit. I've been wanting to try one since we first met Lila. Cute, breezy, and easy to move in. Well, if our uniforms were easy to move in, they'd hardly make the cleaning much more difficult. I thought so. Well, let's get the sucker on me. Why so excited? I'm glad you're in high spirits, but you need to remember your manners in front of the Queen. You won't have me to lean on this time. Why not? You're changing too, aren't you? Pardon? I mean, he did play the princess during the play at the campus festival. Is there really that much of a difference between the fancy dress and the maid outfit? That's different. It was a play. I can appear before Her Majesty in women's clothing. Oh, you'll be fine. It's not at all shameful or anything. Besides, you made such a gorgeous princess. Not this again. Cut the jokes, will you? Hilda, she held me out here. Say something. Anyone? I see. That shouldn't pose a problem. Don't you have an extra hairpiece designed for the princess? Yes, it's never been used though. He has that full dark hair, so it would probably look good on him. Hey, hold on a second. Well, it looks like a 3-to-1 vote. Majority rules. This way, please. We can use this as a changing room. Wait a minute. I don't remember ever agreeing to changing. Alright. If I have to change, I can do it myself. You're not planning on using makeup too, are you? Kids these days. Oh my. Ta-da! What do you think? I think it suits her very well. Such a bright, active maid in training, and after only just coming to the castle too, you certainly have me convinced. And with the hair down like that, no one will be any the wiser. Perhaps you like to work at Gransell Castle for real and all this is settled. Well, we already work as racers, so, anyway. Come on, Joshua, get out here. No chance I can talk you out of this? None at all. You're just making this take longer. Fine. You're impossible sometimes. Well, it's almost frightening how good that looks. Isn't it awesome? It looks better on him than it does on me, and I'm an actual girl. Huh. Bit of makeup can make all the difference in the world. Please, just say you're done. Well, I suppose so. I'll show you the way to the royal keep. You need to make certain you watch me and learn how a maid handles herself. Yes, ma'am. Finally gonna meet the queen in person. Yes, this is the do or die moment. We just have to stay focused and get to the royal keep. It's hard to take you seriously in that outfit. Well, excuse me. That was your idea. Can't believe you've got the nerve to pick on. Sorry, don't get all mad. I'll treat you to some ice cream later, okay? I'm not like you. I'm not obsessed with food. Hey, I'm not obsessed with food. They get along so well, don't they? We're out of time. Let's go to the royal keep. Oh, right. No, royal keep is this way and up and through. Hilda, what is the Outer Majesty at this hour? I'm bringing some tea and spoons at her request. The current situation means that Her Majesty is denied the right to even go about her daily life as she wishes, after all. Such harsh words. Who are these maids with you? I don't recognize them. Grace ordered me to hire on some additional staff to help. They've only just arrived at the castle today. Really now? You're pretty cute. Thank you. Aw. Why do I get a feeling we've met before? You stare so hard at every young lady you see. I do hope you're not thinking any untoward thoughts. I rather think that His Grace and the Colonel would disapprove. Hey, it's not like that. Or the Royal Army wouldn't do that. All's well then. Now will you please allow us to pass? Pardon us, ladies. Please go ahead. Phew, that was intense. Thanks, Hilda, you're a real lifesaver. Yeah, that was really well done. I'm just glad I could help. Now then, are you planning to change your clothes before we're going to see Her Majesty? If you prefer, I can just show you the way now. I think I'm okay as is. Boy clothes, now! Oh, for the love of... Why are you always so self-conscious? What was wrong with that whatever you had on? It's not an issue of self-consciousness. By the way, Hilda, is this room what I think it is? Yes, it is Princess Claudia's bedroom. But she rarely sleeps in the castle, so the room is all but unused. Ah, no kidding. I heard that the princess was sending to the queen. Guess that's just gossip then. You'd have to ask Her Majesty for the full details. Her room is on the second floor of the royal keep. They'll take you there. I beg your pardon, Your Majesty. I brought the two I spoke of you before. This is Joshua Nestel. Thank you kindly. By all means, enter. As you wish. I'll wait for you here. You two go on in. Right. Pardon us. Oh. I bid you welcome. My name is Alicia von Osles. I'm the 26th monarch of the nation of Liberal. I'm Estelle Bright. I'm a junior bracer of the Bracer Guild. And I'm Joshua Bright of the same affiliation. It is a great honor to meet you, Your Majesty. Estelle and Joshua, I've truly been looking forward to meeting you both. I regret that I cannot offer proper hospitality, but I have prepared some tea. Please have some and relax. I see. The Professor Russell asked you to bring this information. A pitch-black orb incapable of negating all other orbal energies. And you say that the Colonel has acquired it? Professor told us that you might have some idea of what he intends to do with it, Your Majesty. Can you tell us anything? I have but a vague idea, but I do not think that the Colonel even knew of it. Perhaps I'm worrying about nothing, but even so. Excuse me, but what is this vague idea you have? I suppose there is no harm in telling you. Roughly 10 years ago, a massive orbital reaction was detected beneath Grancel. Professor Russell was the individual who came to investigate. Ah. Did this happen in the vicinity of the sewers? No, far deeper underground than that, in fact. Professor Russell was under the impression that it might be a relic of the ancients that still functioned. Ah! So it was a bona fide artifact then. Most artifacts I know of have lost their function, like mechanisms on top of the towers. But every now and then, you find one that still functions, like near Dalmore's family heirloom. Something like that is beneath Grancel? What does it tell us about the gospel? Maybe. We used to how the artifact's functions. Do that? Yes. However, we weren't able to establish the nature of the artifact, or indeed why it was buried beneath the city. But it is beyond my imaginings how the Colonel could know of its existence. Professor Russell's research on it was kept strictly confidential and off the record. I see. In any event, it seems like the trouble's on its way. Honestly, just as I start to think maybe the Colonel might be slightly nicer guy than we were giving him credit for. When someone's trying to stir up some trouble, that's when us bracers come in. We won't let him get away with whatever evil scheme he's trying to pull off. Oh, I'd expect no less from Cassius's daughter. You're acquainted with her father, Your Majesty? He was a friend of my late son's and a great savior to the nation. Even after he retired from the army, he would sometimes undertake requests from me. Really? I didn't know that. Oh, I imagine that there are a great many things about him that you do not know, including the precise role he played in the war 10 years ago. I seem you have not been told? Well, nothing super detailed. Perhaps then that is the role that I am meant to play. Son Joshua, will you indulge me by listening to an old story? Oh, yes, absolutely. It is of no indulgence, Your Majesty. 10 years ago, in the spring, a tragedy occurred in the southern reaches of the Erebonian Empire. Its cause is yet unknown, so that is something I must admit. The Empire used that event as a pretext for their invasion of the Liberal. They began at the set times that would become known as the 100 Days' War. Just as the Empire made its declaration of war, a massive military force breached the Haken Gate. In what seemed like scant moments, all of Liberal became occupied territory, save for Grancel. It is said that the invasion force was 3 times the size of the entire Royal Army. The reinforcements from Calvert were too late to stop their advance. It was but a matter of time before Grancel too would fall. But 2 months after the outbreak of hostilities, the war changed in a way none could have imagined. Petrol airships had just been developed and were used to recapture the Liberals' checkpoints, severing the Imperial Army's communications. The Imperial Army then set about recapturing the major regions one by one, using ships launched from Leiston Fortress. Zeiss, Rouen, Beauce, Roland. With their supply lines severed, the Erebonian forces occupying each region were swiftly crushed. And the one behind this plan was for a counteroffensive was none other than Colonel Cassius Bright. It was your father who was General Morgan's right-hand man at the time, as well as Colonel Richard's superior's officer. Afterward, with the intercession of the Bracer Guild and the Septian Church, the war was brought to an end. It was at this time that Cassius lost what he treasured most in the world. Lena, your mother, Estelle. The clock tower was destroyed in the Imperial Army's vain attempt to hold back the counter-offensive. What followed, I am sure you know. Cassius was not even able to be by his wife's side in her final moments. No, I had no idea. How did he believe that military operations that he himself had planned effectively caused her death? Blaming himself, he left the military and took up the path of the Bracer. All to stay with the only one he had left, you. And this time, he swore he would be able to protect those he loved. Dad. That idiot. It wasn't his fault that Mom died. I could even think that. Tal. Yes, you're correct. Even all he lost was in service to the country, the responsibility falls upon me. And so I am sorry, Estelle. I failed to protect your mother. I have wished to apologize to you for a long time. But you don't need to apologize. We've protected the peace of the country ever since the war ended. The peace that Dad and all the other soldiers who defended Liberl in the war fought so hard to protect. And the peace that Mom gave her life for so I could live in it. You have nothing to be sorry for. Estelle, you have a kind heart and I am grateful. It gladdens my heart to have finally met you in person. Now, more than ever. Majesty. However, that is why I do not wish you to put yourself in danger. I would like for you to remove yourself from any dealings with this matter. What? But Julia, Lieutenant Schwartz asked us to help you. I thank you. I'm grateful for your willingness to do so. If some tragedy were to befall you in Cassius's absence, I know of no apology that could ever suffice. I ask only that you go back to your home in Roland and wait for your father to return. But, if I may, your majesty, the beast that restored and that you protect, though it is held firm, now trembles like a leaf in the breeze. Joshua. The colonel is able to use the gospel for whatever purpose he intends, and if he succeeds in making the Duke the new king of Liberl, then what will become of that peace? I ask only that you consider that. Your Majesty? When we became junior bracers, we inherited a whole lot of work from Dad. After the Scab Bandit incident, we got that letter in the package and we've been running all around creation ever since. Just like our dad's been nudging us in the back this whole time. That's why I want to defend peace. That everyone we've met and everyone we care about can go on living secure and happy lives. Just like you, and just like Mom and Dad. I'm doing this because it's what I believe is right, and I really want to see it through. Estelle. Seems she was right about you. Huh? I, too, am ready. I would like for the two of you to carry my request to the Bracer Guild. Your Majesty! My liege, we will do whatever you ask. My request is for the Bracer Guild to rescue those being held captive by the Intelligence Division. Amongst them is my granddaughter, Claudia. Aha! So the princess is being held captive somewhere. Yes. This coup d'etat started when I backed her as the successor to the throne. In other words, Dick Doonan was out of the running. Yes. Though he is my nephew, he is possessed of a considerable number of character flaws. In brief, where he is lacking, my granddaughter shines. For the sake of this nation's future, I would have my granddaughter succeed me. Well, I don't actually know her, but I personally lean toward the idea that your judgment should really be trusted there. No matter the era, there will always be those who object strongly to a woman wielding political power. Not to mention, the memory of the invasion by a larger power is still relatively fresh. Some of them will perceive a succession of 2 consecutive queens to be a sign of weakness. It is hardly surprising that such a notion has taken root in the minds of some. Some, including Colonel Richard, I presume. Quite right. His pending succession to the throne caught him quite unawares. That, along with his passing of the information to the Duke, is what led to this coup. This was all staged so that Liberl would become a strong military power, with the colonel ruling from the shadows. I see. It finally lets us see the whole picture. If Liberl became a militarized country, what would happen then? A great many things. Taxes would be levied to fill the war chest. Mobile weaponry would be developed with the express intent of causing havoc on a massive scale. A wide-range policy of conscription would be adopted. And no doubt contracting Jaeger Corps would be made legal, which is not the case at present. Oh no. Indeed. The Colonel has made very adamant requests that I enact such policies. I thought that such proposals were born out of genuine love for his country, but never agreed that they were the right course of action to take. The Royal Army is not all that protects this land. We have worked hard to maintain treaties with other countries. Defending a nation goes hand in hand with a free cultural exchange and trade with all other nations, to the benefit of all. Feel the same way, Your Majesty. Yeah, it makes sense to me. Colonel, however, finds such notion to be womanly and foolishly idealistic, and so he demanded that I abdicate the throne in exchange for Claudia's safe return. Many people have had family members taken to ensure that they would not dare oppose the Colonel, but I am the Queen, I will not allow all that I love about my country to be destroyed simply because of blood ties. Still, she is my only granddaughter. I cannot simply allow her to die. Your Majesty, please try to relax. We hear and comply with your request. We'll see to it the princess is rescued from those who have imprisoned her. Thank you, both of you. With the reassurance, I will do all I can to oppose the Colonel's demands. Have you any other requests, Your Majesty? The gospel still has to be dealt with, and I don't think we should just leave you here. I appreciate your sentiment, Estelle, but the present state of affairs is not contingent upon my freedom or imprisonment. The gospel shall continue to weigh heavily on my mind for a great many reasons. For my part, I will attempt to ascertain the Colonel's true intentions with it. Wow, what a totally awesome person. Steve Nasbo with a seriously strong will. I hope I'm even 1/10 that cool when I get old. Cool. He actually just called the Queen that. Still, she definitely has what it takes to govern a whole country. Yeah, I really want to stop this coup thingy and help her. That's definitely outside her abrasive jurisdiction. Well, first things first, we do whatever we can. Right. But you know, I'm still freaking out about what the Queen told us about that. Wonder if she's got any more tidbits she's be willing to share. Still, Joshua, have you finished changing? Oh, yeah. Then we should return to the waiting room at once. It's already after 11 o'clock. Actually, it's almost midnight. Wow, is it really that late? Queen spoke to us for a very long time. If we stay any longer, it's apt to make the guards suspicious. Are you gonna go for the day, Miss Silva? Yes, I believe so. Just be sure not to do Her Majesty any further discourtesy. It's not fair, but please relax, we're patriots to the core. That's good to hear. Now I believe that we shall be on our way. Pardon me. May you leave. By the way, ladies, I don't think we ever got your names. Did we ask them? I don't think this matters. Just double checking. I don't want to mess any VP. Yeah. Oh, that's a very modern name. Part of my saying so, but it just doesn't sound right for you. Ain't that the truth? How about you, miss? You can call me Karen. Karen, you say? That's a very pretty name. You're too kind, sir. Rather fond of it myself. Are you now? Oh, Red, we're with Special Ops, my name is... I think that's just about enough. It's an ulterior motive at work. No, I mean, at least not from us. Please be safe on your way home. Well, aren't you Mr. Popularity? I was like, their eyes all changed when you told them your name. Hey, it was not. I don't see you shying away from joining in the conversation. Sure, but that doesn't mean I wasn't nervous. Kinda lost all my confidence there. Eh? What's all this noise about? Oh, Duke Duden. Oh, sweetie, all the court! Oh, you raids. You look familiar. These are two of the new hires who I'm instructing. This is Dorothy and that's Karen. They're still quite inexperienced, so I'm giving them some extra training time. Huh? You recognize us? Good. Given how many times we run into him, it'd be bizarre if he didn't recognize us. Come now, Philip, enough of the staring. It's quite unusual to see coming from you. Stiff upper lip and all. Please pardon my rudeness. You look much like my niece. My eyes were playing tricks on me, it seems. I am dreadfully sorry for this discourtesy. Oh, it's no bother. Please don't concern yourself. You know, now I stop and look, I must say you both are quite lovely. You with the brown hair, you have a very healthy, clean look to you. As for you, I personally think you look best with a raven hair appearance even longer. I'm honored. Ah, yes. Dorothy was a nod you shall attend to me this evening. Huh? Your Grace? Yeah, I don't want to serve him tea. I don't think tea is what he wants served. Your Grace. Your flirtations, while flattering, are best saved for another time and place. All the maids in the castle work directly in service to Your Majesty Queen Militia. I trust you've not forgotten. I know. Some folks simply can't appreciate a joke. The castle will be mine in a week's time, anyway. We can set aside time for some fun, then. Your Grace, please, no more of this. I do not mind when you drink to excess, but you know how your libido gets in such instances. I say this knowing fully well that I may be reprimanded for it. But I said I was just joking! Enough, I'm going to bed! As you wish, Your Grace. Your room is right over there. Oh, alright, Dorothy. You just let me know if you have any problems, anything at all. I'll give you the best advice the future king can give. Thanks very much. Oh, aren't you cute? Yes, good. I apologize unreservedly for all the fuss. His Grace will likely remember nothing of this come the morning. Please set your minds at ease. I should certainly hope so. I am truly sorry. Madam and young missus, I beg your pardon, but I must take my leave. I feel so badly for him. He really seems to bear the weight of the world on his shoulders. Oh, do you know Mr. Philip personally? Yes, ever since we were children. But not nearly as well as we once did, thanks to the one he serves. I see. He sure seems like he's nervous all the time, doesn't he? I'll bet that everything between the Duke and the Colonel is completely on edge. Probably, yeah. By the way, what was that you were saying earlier about me being the popular one? The Duke certainly seemed awfully fond of you. Please, I like to keep my food in my stomach, thank you. Oh, right. Back to before, I feel like I'm missing something. Why would the Duke want tea so late? Well, you see... Estelle, allow me to elucidate the matter of tea and why gentlemen should never request it in polite company. Huh? Come closer. I'll whisper something into Estelle's ear. Now do you understand? Yes. Hopeless. Completely hopeless. Thanks for everything, both of you. Not for you, I don't know what we'd have done. Please, it was the least we could do in Her Majesty's service. I want to ask that you complete the request she made of you. I feel the same way. I beg of you, do everything in your power to save the princess. Oh, are you the one of the royal retainers? Yes. I regret that I rarely get the chance to see her serve her directly. She's still kind and open. She's always treated me more like a friend than a servant. The thought of her being held captive keeps me up at night. I understand. Well, you can rest easy now that we're on the job. We'll save her. Shall we be going? Alright. Back to our rooms. What, my inquiry, are you doing at this late hour? Ah. Captain Amalthea. Yeah, good evening. I realize you have been invited here, but don't you think it a bit late for you kids to be out walking around? Please pardon us. We've simply never been in a castle like this, and we couldn't resist the urge to take a look around. Oh, that's certainly understandable. So where were you a half an hour ago? Please enlighten me, if only for my own edification. I admire your honesty. Let's not waste time on games. I did, in fact, receive several reports of you going in and out of the maid quarters. Do you not think it a bit odd to be looking around in that particular place? Well, don't think that questioning someone like that when you already have the facts is a little cruel. I'll take that as a compliment. So, what business have you in the maid quarters? I suggest you answer honestly. While we... Oh, Estelle, Joshua. You've been here the whole time? Then... Oh, now that's the stuff. You're drunk. Oops, sorry. And hey, if it ain't my favorite gorgeous officer lady. Nice. Something like that we met up again, eh? I suppose. So, what's going on?
Are my students here causing any trouble?
Students? No, it's just that they were in the maid quarters for a while. They wanted to know their business, simply a security precaution.
Yeah, totally getcha. I just send them off to find some munchies to go with my booze. Hey Joshua, you kids find anything to eat?
No, the cooks aren't back yet, I guess. We went to estimate if there was any way we could get our hands on something, but no luck.
Oh, well, I'll have to do without, I guess. Hey, I just had a great idea. You wanna come and join me for a drink? I mean, hey, nothing goes with drinks like a beautiful lady.
I'm afraid I'm busy, so I'll have to decline your generous offer. My apologies for the misunderstanding. But I would advise you to return to your room and remain there for the rest of the night. I have to investigate any suspicious activity, you understand? Of course. It is late. We should probably just get to bed. Very good, then. Now, if you'll excuse us.
Oh, good night. Oh well, might as well just go back to the room.
Right. We'll go with you.
Looks like we managed to convince her at least.
What? Sin, aren't you drunk?
I was acting drunk. I haven't had a single drop.
No way, your fist had even gone all red. Focuses on making his blood circulate better, which make it look like he was intoxicated. It's always some kind of Eastern martial arts breathing exercise, right?
Oh, I'm surprised you're familiar with it. But hey, you seem to be in a tight spot, so I figure I'd distract everyone. Nice, huh? Save your bacon, as the saying goes.
You're an evil, evil man, Sin. Okay, sure, you did help us out, but you also surprised the hell out of me.
Oh, sorry about that. So what's the story?
What story?
I would have thought it'd be obvious. The story of you meeting with the Queen.
Whoa, wait, what? How did you... Did Elnan tell you something about this?
Actually, I couldn't get him to tell me anything. But now I know anyway, don't I?
With prior knowledge, there is no way you could have just guessed. So how much do you really know?
Oh, I guess it's finally time to show you this.
Good for yourself from a spot and ended into a Stellan Joshua. What's this?
I know this handwriting. Well, don't just stand there. Read it. We'll explain it a lot.
Okay. Dear Zen Vatak, I hope this letter finds you well. I know I've been out of touch. I'm in a hurry, so I hope you'll pardon my bluntness. My work concerning the Jaegers is leading me into Imperial territory. However, due to the fact that unusual forces seem to be influencing matters inside Liberal, I feel uneasy being absent for so long. This is why I must ask a favor of you. Could I persuade you to come to Liberal and help out if they need it? Since you haven't been to Liberal before, perhaps you could think of it as a recreational trip. There's a martial arts competition before the Queen's birthday celebration, and foreigners can participate, who would make fine camouflage. I realize that this is sudden, but if you can do it, it would be most grateful. I'm intending to return to Liberal before the festival, so hopefully we'll be able to have a drink together when I return. Cassius Bright. Yes, you may have a chance to meet my son and daughter. They're currently apprentices of the guild, so if you happen to meet them, feel free to test the extent of their training. Try not to build them up too much unless it seems like they really need it. So they'd actually ask you to come to Liberal, which means in Erebunia now.
That's the long and short of it.
The long and short of it? What it means that you're wearing cahoots with him all along!
That's kind of a nasty way to put it, don't you think? I owed Master Cassius a favor from the time we spent in Culvert. This letter just gave me the chance to make us square again.
I suppose. When did you realize that we were his kids?
I had a feeling from the outset, once I saw his stealth techniques with a bow staff. I asked Kilika about it, and that confirmed it.
Would have been nice if you'd had said something about it at all. We've been worried sick wondering where Dad's been.
I know, and I'm sorry I haven't said anything. I got the impression from the letter that he was trying to keep his whereabouts a secret. Still, you're definitely his kids, alright? If you can pull off a job as big as sneaking an audience with the Queen.
I suppose so. He knows this much, it wouldn't hurt to tell him everything, right? I agree, probably best to fill Zin in on everything. Bit far-fetched to say that we could put an end to this whole situation on our own, after all. The son of Joshua told of how they had managed to speak directly with the Queen, as well as the Queen's request to save the rescue Princess Claudia.
I see. I thought something seemed a little off when everyone was talking at the party. Alright then, I'll help you out with that little request.
What, you will?
Yep. I think this is the ideal opportunity to settle my debt to Master Cassius. Please let me help.
We'd be glad to. Thank you once again. What is this place? I never would have imagined something like this even existed. It's larger than I expected. Lieutenant Lawrence, you'd be so kind as to show us the way to the lowest level.
Yes, sir.
Whoa! That's some kind of mechanical monster?
Well, so this must be Airkazens.
Holy shit! Took out that thing in one stroke!
You are the quickest to react. You are indeed truly a force to be reckoned with when you don't hold back.
Flatter me, sir. Your quick draw technique as well was quite remarkable to behold. I can see that you've studied under the Divine Blade himself. I am humbled.
I still have a ways to go before I can really humble anyone, I'm afraid. But time waits for no man. The skills I possess now will have to be enough. My strength may be meager, but I must forge the kingdom's future with my own two hands. My brave men, the way to the ultimate power is open. A bright new dawn approaches for our beloved Liberl. I expect only the best of each of you. By your order, sir!
Grand Special Ops work as one for the Colonel.
For the glory of Liberl! For the glory of Liberl!
I understand the situation. You've both performed admirably. I'm amazed that you were able to deliver the Professor's message to Her Majesty in person. We just got lucky is all. The real question is, how much longer is luck going to be on our side? Yes, we're really going to have to stay focused. If you understand that already, then there's nothing more that I need to tell you. In that case, we can consider Professor Russell's request to be fulfilled. Please accept this as compensation for a job well done. Now then, Zin. It was pure providence that Cassius invited you here. We need the help of an A-rank bracer like yourself.
No need to even ask. Even if it didn't have debt to repay to Cassius, I couldn't possibly stand by idly in a situation like this. I'm with you until the end.
I knew we could count on you, Zin. By the way, what's this A-rank business? During that signifies a full-fledged bracer's full power. There are 7 ranks ranging from G on the bottom up to A at the top. So, he's the highest rank he can get? Wow, I never knew you were such a badass, Zin.
Well, I may be A rank, but I'm still an underling, so to speak. There are 20 A rankers across the continent, but above that there's an informal S rank. Given ones granted to bracers who successfully resolve issues on a national scale. And there are only 4 of those on the entire continent.
Well, I'm not sure when I even think about what they can do.
Really don't know any of this stuff, do you? One of those 4 is Master Cassius.
What? This is getting old, Estelle. Like, at some point, there's a trail of breadcrumbs put in front of you. You should understand what your dad is capable of. Okay, Joshua, you're not going to tell me you knew about this already, right? Right? Sorry, but yes, I did. Still a major case for the Republic about 5 years ago. I swear, it's hardly worth even getting upset about anymore. Royal Army Soldier, Hidden Hero, Divine Blade, S-Rank Bracer. If it's really so damn awesome, then it sure would be nice to come back and take care of this case.
Haha, you may be right. If they were with us, perhaps this would never have escalated to the point where a coup d'etat was even possible.
Joshua, what's wrong? Just thinking about how strange this is. This whole chain of events apparently started with Dad going off on this trip. As if whoever planned the coup was waiting for him to be gone. At least it's just the impression I have. Oh.
What you're saying is that the coup was planned around his departure for the Empire? Am I correct?
No, I'm sure that would be overthinking things. I can think of anyone who could possibly manipulate Dad like that without him noticing it was being used. You'd have to know him and his behavior patterns exceptionally well to be able to pull it off. Well, yeah. Never knew what he was up to, even though he was so close.
I don't think the Cumberland Shark could have managed to pull the wool over his eyes. More likely, it's just that 2 major events happened to overlap with each other.
Regardless of the circumstances, we cannot currently rely on Cassius to help. Therefore, I am resolved to prepare for the worst. I believe an emergency conference of the Grand Soul branch of the Bracer Guild is called for. Huh? All other things being equal, we have a request that comes directly from Her Majesty, the Queen. The third article of Bracer Code states that we shall never act in a fashion that interferes with the government. We cannot ignore Her Majesty's request, however, so we must act, but we're no match for the Royal Army as we are. I ask the cooperation of all bracers in Grand Cell, including Zin, of course. Okay. Having conflict with the intelligence division will need all the help we can get. Ideally, we should have the cooperation of other branches, but the checkpoints have been completely sealed off as of today, ostensibly to foil any potential terrorist activity. What? Basically, it amounts to martial law.
So the enemy is finally moving at full tilt.
This may be to stifle any activity on the part of any Royal Guardsmen in hiding, as well as ourselves. If we're going to conduct a rescue operation, we'll have to do it with the resources on hand. Oh, fun! But we're up to it. So we have a solid idea of where the prisoners were being held?
It's been on my mind for a while now, actually. I believe the most likely place to be is the Erd Royal Villa.
That's the building in the forest, right?
It would make sense. If the soldiers are using it under the pretense of counterterrorism, few would question it. And I can't imagine they'd want to lock a lady of the royal family in a cell in Lyston Fortress. Considering it's the armor we're going to be going against here, I like a more solid confirmation, however. If we assaulted the wrong place, we'd have hell to pay for it.
Yes, precisely. But in either case, we must assemble any bracer currently in the royal city. Could I ask you to assemble them here for me? Any information we could gather while doing so would be much appreciated. If I'm not mistaken, Estelle, you and your friends are acquainted with a reporter, correct? Oh, you mean now? Yeah, we should see if he's picked up anything significant. Also, we must attempt to enlist the aid of guardsmen who are in hiding. If you can get them to contact me, it would be greatly appreciated. In other words, we need to get in touch with Sister Julia. Just helped her with the invitation before, so we should let her know what's going on. About the cathedral, then. There are 4 other bracers in the city. Bert, Grand, Klarna, and Annalise. Check the bars and their usual hangouts. They may also be in the hotel. If you see them, please instruct them to come back here. Sure thing. Alright then, off we go. Right, still max level of CPs, baby. Or BPs, rather. Okay. So let me take a quick break, because this was a lot of reading, and I need to take a break. But we'll be right back. Forgot to unmute myself. Alright. Well, let's just keep through, okay. Oh, we have to choose which weapon to get. Do you want Estelle's best weapon or Joshua's best weapon? Joshua. Okay. So we traded all of Cornelia for Joshua's best weapon. And I apologize for forgetting to unmute myself, but you know, it happens, and at least I recognized it immediately. So, alright. Alright. Now that we're here, let's just go talk to Lieutenant Schwartz. And so what I said when I was still muted is that we're gonna finish this next bit, then I'm gonna cut the stream and restart immediately, and then we're gonna finish it however long it takes. Even if I have to go until 2 AM and exhaust my vocal cords, I want to finish the game tonight. I'm looking for Sister Ellen, perchance. I believe the Archbishop should know her whereabouts. You should be in the sacramental chamber to the southeast of this room. Oh, here. No? Maybe? Or who might you be? We're, members of the Bracers? The Bracer Guild, I mean. We're looking for Sister Ellen. Where are you now? My guess that you share complicity with her, then. With none? Ew, no! Looking for no real identity, Estelle. We're here with information chests to find. I'm sorry to say she's no longer in the cathedral. She came to say goodbye to me this morning and left. Where to? I mean, do you know where she might have gone? If only I did! I've been close with her royal family for many years, and she's always regarded me as a friend and confidant. But this time she refused to give me any details. She no doubt wished to keep the church from getting too deeply involved in whatever is occurring. I see. I wouldn't worry, though. She had the light of hope in her eyes as she departed. I'm confident she was not running away to the wall in despair, but with a more noble cause. Well, that's good, at least. But the thing is, we kinda need her to stay in touch with the Royal Guardsmen. Well, begging for rain in the desert only gets you saying. We should probably go. Best thing we can do is covertly keep an eye out for any Royal Guardsmen. Not the most efficient plan, but that seems to be all we've got. We seem to be between a rock and a hard place, as they say. Always remember that Ideas helps those who help themselves. Do all that you can, and Ideas will surely take care of the rest. Hard and honest work will always lead you down the right path. Alright. Let's go find Niall and Dorothy, because they're also still here, I think. This is weird, Chief! I haven't heard anything in 2 days! Well, he does tend to get completely wrapped up when he's looking for the next big story. But given how close we are to a state of martial law, I don't like much that he hasn't contacted us either. Oh, hi guys! Hello, Dorothy. Pardon us.
Hey, it's the tournament champions. I'm the editor-in-chief of the Liberal News. Now and Dorothy have told me quite a bit about the two of you. Still in Joshua at the Bracer Guild, right?
Good afternoon. Pleasure to meet you. I've always enjoyed your magazine.
Well, there's always good to hear. Why don't you do something for Niall?
Yes?
That's what we were just talking about. Actually, Niall hasn't shown up here today or yesterday. No word from him or anything.
Huh? Yesterday or today? We spoke with him in the evening 2 days ago. Really? What do you mean, really? You gave us the message to meet him for Adia's sake. We came here to talk to him after the semifinals. Oh, right. Now that you mention it. So, did he say anything to you? Like where he was going? Someone called him.
That's true.
Right, I remember what happened. Got a call from someone and he said he had to leave.
Are you serious?
Yes. We haven't seen we haven't seen hide nor hair of him since. Oh no, I can't believe Niall's dead! Well, who said he was dead? Today's when all the airliner traffic gets shut down. Everything was normal yesterday though, so maybe he went to another province? Harding Park landed before passenger registry and there was no sign of him. I figure he still has to be somewhere in town.
You two were the last ones to see this reporter fellow. Why aren't you talking to him about something for a news article?
Huh?
These are the times we live in. Controlling the media is a big deal for the military. What do you think, Chief?
Certainly can't argue with that. Particularly in the case of the Intelligence Division. They monitor and censor everything we do. You wouldn't believe how frustrating it is.
Which means you can't get much information for your stories. But it's in a reporter's nature to want to get as much as possible into the hands of the readers.
I see. So I had to check out a new subject that the Intelligence Division hasn't started censoring yet. What was the last thing you told us about? I think it was about an arranged marriage for Princess Claudia.
And the Duke mentioned something about it at the dinner party.
Oh, Niall told you about that too? I'd make a hell of a story if it's true.
He mentioned having to get some evidence at any cost. I'd be a reporter like Niall would learn about something like that. I'd have thought that something like that would be known only to the royal family.
Well, he did say he's friends with someone who works in their royal villa. Completely off the record, but the tourists are supposedly after the princess. So she's secretly staying in the villa for her own safety. I knew it!
Huh, and the veil is lifted.
Maybe the person he was talking to was his friend in the villa. Which would mean that Niall's probably there too.
You don't say. Well, if I know Niall, he'll probably try to worm his way in for an interview with the princess. And if the soldiers saw him, they'd have him arrested on the spot.
No, Niall's a goner! But they keep coming back to that. But if he has been arrested, getting him out isn't going to be easy. Yeah, I'm betting that he and Princess Claudia are pretty much in the same situation.
What exactly do you people know? Do you have any inside information about what's going on in the city? In all of Liberl?
Sorry, but we really can't talk about. Just let the Bracer Guild take care of Niall. If he has been arrested, we'll see to it that he's released.
Alright. Please do whatever you can.
Please, you guys! You gotta bring Niall back! Leave it to us. Alright, let's go. So now we need to find the bracers. And apparently there's a specific order we gotta find these jerks in. There we go. Oh. You know, this is not the order I was told. So, I'll tell you what, let's skip this. Reload. This looks all very mysterious, and I can't wait to figure out what is actually happening. Oh god, there's so much talking in this game. Alright. Reload, autosave. This one's fine. Actually, don't want to find him. See, I thought he would be at the hotel, but maybe he's actually here. Again, this probably doesn't matter, but I don't want to risk losing all of my BPs now that I've gotten this far. Hey, it's Grant.
Well, what happens to the Big Bad Champions? I hear you guys spent the night at the castle. Frankly, I'm surprised to see you back so early. Did you eat anything good?
Yeah, we did, but that's not what we're here to talk about.
Oh, something on your mind?
Witness situation and the Queen's request to Grant.
Holy crap! You're not pulling my leg, are you? We are not. Every word is true. Let's seek my reputation on it. The Sydney Movable is moved by us. That's all the proof I need. I'll do whatever I can to help. You can count on it.
Thanks, Grant. We'll be all meeting at the Guild House to plan our strategy as soon as possible. If you please head over there when you can.
Understood. Come on, friends. I'll catch up with you there. I started giving him this voice, and now I can't stop giving him this voice, and actually have a lot of fun giving him this voice. But for serious moments, it's kind of a bad voice.
Hi, Karna. Hey, look who it is. Oh, you've got old man Zin with you. What's going on?
Well, it's a long story.
Uh-oh. Sounds serious. Explain the situation on the Queen's request to Karna. You're not just pulling my leg, are you? I must admit, I did find it a bit odd that all the gates and ports and such have been shut down. So, what do you want to do with me exactly? Well, we need to get everyone together and formulate a plan. If you would, please meet us at the guild. Gotcha. I'm already there. Right. Let's go here. Before we talk to her... Yeah, baby. Liberal News Issue 9. Crown goes to an unlikely team. When the last of the Special Ops unit slowly sank to their knees, the referee raised their hand, and the entire arena erupted in fanfare. The competition, which got off to a rocky start after the change from single to team matches, had yet another unforeseeable surprise awaiting eager fans, in the form of a team of unlikely victor led by Zin Vatek of the Calvar Republic. Was there anyone out there who could have anticipated such a feat? The martial artist, two bracers, and a musician. An unheard-of combination, to say the least. Yes, yet, this is the group that advanced to the finals and took the crown by defeating the elite of the Special Operations Unit. It just goes to show it's not over until it's over. Winning team's members continue to work effectively by leveraging their individual talents in complementary harmony with one another, playing off of each other's strengths. The competition itself was an event complete with powerful, heated battles and unique team dynamics, which ended explosively to thunderous ovation. The Liberal News wishes to honor the valiant efforts of all those who participated in this year's proceedings. In a ceremony held at the conclusion of the competition, the winning team was awarded a cash prize of 100,000 Mira and an invitation to the royal banquet. This formal dinner will be hosted by Duke Dune and Monaslius. The mayors of each seat and other various persons of influence are also scheduled to attend. The Queen shows sign of recovery. The Liberal News has been informed that Her Majesty the Queen, who has been recuperating, is expected to return to her official duties soon. The anniversary celebration, which was in danger of being postponed, will now assuredly be conducted on schedule. In recent days, with unsettling news becoming the norm, it is certainly wonderful to receive such joyous tidings. Intelligence Division steps up defense. Search for the officers of the ex-Royal Guard accused of acting as ringleaders in a series of tourist-related incidents has proven to be an onerous one. After making little headway, the Intelligence Division decided to station members of their unit within their royal city, in a move to further step up defensive measures. All security positions covering Grancel Castle are also expected to be relegated to the same unit. Another dragon sighted? Reports have made their way into our news desk regarding the sighting of an enormous silhouette making its way across the sky above Ramney Village, located in the northern part of the Bose region. Public speculation revolves around whether or not the object in question is, in fact, the ancient dragon which has been living in the world since before the Great Collapse. According to statements by a number of researchers, the Bose region was the last place the ancient dragon has been sighted, giving further credence to the claim that the great creature may still be present and be living among us. Research concerning the ancient dragon has also begun to take a leap into the public spotlight as of late. These reported sightings have, of course, only fueled researchers' excitement. Bosby's and Zin and the new recruits! Back in the castle already? Well, yeah, I guess we are. Analyst, we have a moment of your time. You hear something juicy you're looking to share with me? Well, if by juicy you mean spit your juice all over in shock, then yeah. It's a real juice bomb. Oh, you have my undivided attention. Should we be talking about this here, or should I be sitting down for it? Huh? Just to make it absolutely clear, this isn't a joke. Things could get serious in a big hurry, and if they do, we'll need your help. Let's see. Sorry, my head's just a little scrambled from how screwed up this whole situation is. I don't really get all of this, but if you want everyone to meet up at the guild house, right? Right. Eldon will fill you in on all the details. Okay then, I'll go and see what's up. Right, now back to the hotel in the North Block. And we do Kurt. This probably had no impact whatsoever on my BPs, but I don't want to risk it. I wish I could remember the time a little better. It's like there's a thick fog blanketing the whole thing. Oh, hi, Kurt. Good to see you, dear.
Oh, hi Estelle. Hi Joshua. Oh, Zin's with you too, huh? Didn't you know that we were going to the dinner party at the castle yesterday? That was when these two rookies took out a pretty major assignment.
What major assignment? I think it's best we tell you more or less the whole story. Just explain all the circumstances that had led to their request from the Queen. You're serious? Of course we are. That's why we really need your help. No, that's not it. I admit I'm shocked at Her Majesty's request of you. But the Black Orb that the Colonel has, it's real. Her? What's wrong? You look awfully pale. Ah! Whoa! What in the world?
Step away from him.
Huh?
Shade lift!
What was that? You didn't even touch him and he acted like he got electrocuted. It's a special spirit channeling breath technique. It allows the user to directly affect the target's body without direct physical contact.
I don't normally like to be so rough, but time isn't exactly on our side. How are you feeling?
Oh,
Wow, actually a lot better.
Can't remember every detail, but a good bit of it is coming back.
I'm a little unsteady from the shock, but I think I'll be alright.
What do you remember? Didn't I say before, there was an accident around 3 months ago. The last your memory is while you were working, right?
Yes.
Someone asked me to check on all those men in the black outfits. Then I took something suspicious from them. Who was the Black Orb? The person who gave you the assignment? Yes, it was your father, Cassius. I wasted no time in packing it up and sending it to him. But that's really as far back as I can remember. So the kid on the package was you?
Yes. I think I also remember there being a note that said to have Professor Russell and Eliza.
I get it. The package was delivered to you, too. Remember anything after that? Anything that happened after you sent off the package? Yes. After I left the port, someone called out to me. And then... it's no good. It's all still one big blur.
You're probably best off not pressing your luck. Luckily you just got strained that you can't handle yet.
Yeah, alright. I'm really just amazed that I was able to remember anything at all. Which brings us to a bigger question. Who'd have done this? Maybe the special ops guys? It's possible. They did use that nasty poison on Agate after all. As if they were manufacturing and testing new drugs. Maybe they made something to cause memory loss. Now there's a cheerful thought. Plus there's Sky Bandit's boss and Mayor Dalmor to consider. You have to be really careful. I'm sorry, I don't have anything really useful to tell you. I know what Her Majesty asked you to do. I want to help if you'll let me. But are you sure you'll be okay? Sure. My memory's like a sieve, but physically I'm fine. I owe you for your help, so please allow me to make it up to you.
If you're feeling up to it,
Sure. We need to work out a strategy. For now, let's meet back at the guild. Alright, you have my thanks. Alright, now everybody, let's go back to the guild. The other adversaries are already assembled. Have you heard from the Royal Guardsman or the reporter? Sorry, sir, no contact. But we believe we've gathered the intelligence we need. Just explain everything they learned from the Cathedral and the Liberal News HQ. I see. Even we can conclude that with fair certainty, then, that Princess Claudia is inside the villa. It's unfortunate that you were unable to make contact with the Royal Guardsmen, but at least we now know they haven't been captured.
shall we get started then?
Yes, we need to start working out the details of the rescue operations. Are we all up to date on the pertinent details of the Intelligence Division's planned coup d'etat then? Given this information, we should consider ourselves under a contractual obligation to Queen Alicia. I can barely believe what I'm hearing. I'm ashamed of myself for not noticing something was amiss sooner. I was suspicious of the Special Ops troops from the very beginning. I really trusted Colonel Rashar. And he was behind the Sky Bandit incident, and it's Mayor Dalmor. We got completely snowed. We're gonna let them get away with it, that's for sure! And you'll be counted on to cooperate in this assignment. That's right! Just lead the way. I owe this guy some black eyes, rhyme unintended. Come in for share! This is gonna be good? With strong allies, will prevail without a doubt. Now, let me explain the details of this mission. We have to move fast, as there are the lives at stake here. It's not the most elegant approach, but I believe taking control of the villa through frontal assault is our best option. We don't have time to try and find some route to infiltrate, so I guess... We don't have time to try and find some route to infiltrate, so I guess that's the only option we got! How will we be divided? We'll split into two groups, a decoy team and a rescue team. The decoy team will draw the attention of the main forces, while the rescue team makes its way into the villa. Remember, we're dealing with the Intelligence Division Special Ops here. If I may, I'd like to suggest we also add an ambush team to add the decoy team, and a second decoy team to assist the rescue team. Man, we're really teaming with teams here, but why do we need those? The ambush team would lie in wait until the decoy team draws out the enemy forces, and then both teams could attack at once. Meanwhile, the second decoy team would attempt to break the enemy's ranks, allowing the rescue team to enter the villa more easily. Oh yeah, I guess that's a good point. Even adds a little bit. Do we have enough members to spread among 4 squads? No, we don't. We've contacted other guild branches, but with the airships grounded, we're pretty much on our own. Well, crap. Only way to share a gate. However, I agree with Zin that trying to carry out this operation with only 2 squads is risky. We will need to re-examine this strategy. If numbers are all lagging, then we can be of assistance. Hey, Lieutenant Schwartz! Well, nah, if it isn't sister military. It's a pleasure to meet you all. I'm Roland Garthman, Sub-Commander Lieutenant Julius Schwartz. Colonel Garthman are here at your disposal for this operation. Understood. Your participation will be most invaluable. I count 9 soldiers in your squad, including yourself. My remaining troops are incognito, stationed all throughout the city. I can assemble them within the hour. That's great, but Lieutenant Schwartz, how did you know we were going to try and save the hostages? I tried to find a cathedral and tell you, but you had already disappeared. Did you? My apologies. All I knew was that you had accepted the Queen's mission. I found out last night. Last night? We only just met with the Queen last night ourselves. Yes, I'm aware of that. We have sources for military intelligence of the sort. All that matters now is Her Highness gave us the order to assist, and we are happy to do it. Sources? I want sources. Can I share some of yours? I don't... That's so that I know, Estelle. More importantly, the Guardsman's assistance will give us the extra forces we need to fill out the ambush and support team. Indeed. With this additional manpower, I believe our chances of success have increased exponentially. And with extra manpower secured, we should start deciding on teams immediately. Roger that. We need 2 decoy teams, right? I believe 5 of my troops should be sufficient for one of them. Yeah, I'd say this Royal Guards uniform should definitely catch their attention. My thoughts exactly. Target the Intelligence Division's aerial squadron, stationed just on the outskirts of the scenic crowd. Wait a second, aerial squadron? You don't mean... I'm afraid she does. It's on the scenic crowd's outskirts. Now that you mention it, there is a stretch of land out there that's been completely blockaded. According to my intelligence, there is only a skeleton crew of guards stationed there. If they attack, they will have no alternative but to call the villa for reinforcements. Oh, I get it! It's some good decoying right there! And when the reinforcements show up, the ambush team pops in and takes them all routed, right? We should form that ambush team then. I know all those years of hunting down monsters in the bush would pay off one day! We've got a gunner too. We'll be able to handle this, no problem. Alright, 2 teams locked down. Now for rescue and decoy 2. I think the second decoy team should also be comprised of my Royal Guardsmen. Special Ops will definitely drop their guards more readily to apprehend them. So that leaves us, for the rescue team. All the other teams that will be active to provide cover for us. Ours will be the most important assignment in the field, by far. This is no game. You're playing an actual role in a crucial turning point for our history. Make sure you're up to the task. Sheesh, no pressure. Hey, there's no need to worry. We will persevere. History favors the just. Besides, you guys are the Grand Martial Arts Competition champions. And we'll be the ones keeping the majority of the enemy force busy. Hopefully all you need to worry about are the hostages. Julia, Ellen, Zin, we, Estelle. The word you're looking for is we. We can do this, and we will. You're right. You're so right. We're gonna kick some special asses.
That's the spirit.
And that's the plan. The operation will begin at nightfall. Leads to Darkford Cotter. Once the operation begins, you won't have any opportunity to return to the city. If you still have loose ends to tie up, speak now, or forever hold your peace. Man, this is getting pretty real. I will ensure that Her Highness is made aware of the plan. Alright everyone, tonight, here. Got it? Woo! Alright. Okay. Let's make a save here. Again, thank you for watching so far. Let me just go down. Ooh, Guild is big, Guild. Thank you for watching. This was Treasure Pascal on twitch.tv/gameswithnick and youtube.com/@gameswithnick. I'm gonna keep it short because I'm gonna stop the stream and then immediately restart it. And we're gonna really wrap this up. I'm planning on it, so let's do it. So thank you for watching, and if you're watching this on YouTube, see you for now next week. If you're watching on Twitch, stay on. I'll be right back.